Max Verstappen is bound to have some strong words for his team after the FIA shared their report about the clash between him and George Russell at the first corner. It looks like Red Bull made some serious mistakes when it mattered the most. And now, with their strategy under fire, is Max's chance at the driver's title slipping away faster than before? More importantly, what could this mean for the Dutch driver's future with Red Bull? Everyone knows Max can get frustrated when things don't go his way, especially after what happened in the Barcelona Grand Prix. He lost 2 positions because of some tricky moments in a few corners. Right after the safety car restart, Max lost control at the back of his car, giving Russell a golden opportunity to pass. Russell took it and went for a move at turn 1, pushing Max wide. Max didn't give the spot back at first, believing he was in the right to hold his position. When team orders came through asking him to let Russell pass, Max argued he was ahead. Eventually, he did let George by after turn 4, but then, shockingly, Max crashed into him as they both approached turn 5. That was a risky and reckless move, showing that emotions had clearly taken over. Within just a few laps, Max's race flipped from fighting for a podium to possibly finishing 5th or worse, all because he was on older tires when fresh ones were needed most. For a 4-time world champion like Max, that's a tough blow. But none of that excuses what he did on track. Many thought the wild, aggressive Max was a thing of the past, someone who had matured after 4 titles. Even Max himself admitted earlier in the year that competing against the McLarens in 2025 would be difficult. Still, that doesn't mean he can just take out his frustration by bumping rivals on track like that. Your actions in moments like these can define your reputation far more than your victories. After the race, the FIA released their official report about the clash between Max Verstappen and George Russell at turn 1. Both drivers were under investigation, and had Max not given the position back, he could have faced a penalty anyway. It seems the team thought it was better for Max to drop 1 spot rather than face a harsher penalty that could cost him multiple positions. But no one expected Max to react the way he did, crashing into Russell just moments after letting him pass. According to the FIA document, no penalty was handed out to Max. The report said that Russell tried to pass on the inside at turn 1, but lost control briefly and hit Max's car, pushing him off track. Max rejoined ahead, and since the contact was caused by Russell losing control, the FIA decided Max didn't intentionally leave the track. Because of this, no further action was taken. This means the team's decision to ask Max to give the position back wasn't necessary, which now looks like a major blunder. To make things worse, Red Bull's strategy came under fire for putting Max on hard tires towards the end of the race when fresher options were available. Everyone knows that's why Max was so frustrated. However, feeling frustrated doesn't justify his behavior on track. Aggressive moves that risk other drivers' races are unacceptable. That's why the FIA handed Max a 10-second penalty and added 3 points to his super license. Back in 2021, Max sometimes got away with similar behavior during battles with Lewis Hamilton. But this time, the rules caught up with him, showing a stricter approach from the officials. George Russell didn't hold back either, criticizing Max's reckless driving and reminding everyone of Max's reputation for losing control when things go wrong. Reflecting on the Barcelona incident, Russell said he didn't understand why Max hit him, but was glad he was able to finish with minimal damage. He pointed out that Max's aggressive actions ended up costing him and his team significant points. Russell also made a sharp point, telling Max that this isn't some video game like iRacing where you can get away with reckless moves. This is real Formula One, with real consequences. Though Russell hasn't yet matched all of Max's achievements, his comments about this incident carry weight. Max's actions were careless and dangerous, and the FIA was right to respond firmly. The officials seem to be sending a clear message that reckless driving will not be tolerated, and Max was lucky not to face even harsher consequences like a race ban. When asked about the criticism, Max fired back, saying that if Russell keeps complaining about his driving, he'll need a tissue for all the tears. This kind of response doesn't reflect well on Max, especially considering his status as a 4 times world champion and one of the sport's most popular drivers in 2025. This incident has put a dent in Max's image. Imagine being at the top of the sport, with fans cheering for you everywhere, then pulling a stunt like this in Barcelona. The Formula One community is unlikely to forget this anytime soon. Aside from the 10-second penalty, Max picked up 3 points on his super license, bringing his total to 11 out of 12. This means he's just 1 point away from a race suspension if he gets penalized again. Many F1 experts believe Max should have been shown the black flag after what happened with Russell. One strong voice is 2016 world champion Nico Rosberg. He compared this incident to Sebastian Vettel's penalty against Lewis Hamilton in Baku, 2017, and called the FIA's decision too soft. Rosberg said Max should have been disqualified immediately for intentionally crashing into Russell. He made it clear that Max's move was unacceptable and deserved the harshest punishment. Initially, Max was right in the situation, but then his team's decisions seemed to push him over the edge. After the clash, Max hit Russell deliberately, which was shocking for many fans and experts alike. Rosberg's comments highlight the seriousness of the incident. He insisted the FIA should have black-flagged Max without hesitation. This raises a bigger question that will likely be discussed a lot going forward. What is Max's future with Red Bull? Before this race weekend, Max had already committed to staying with Red Bull for at least one more season. He even said he would activate his contract extension for 2026 if he remained in the top 4 in the championship by the Austrian Grand Prix. Given that he is currently 25 points ahead of Russell in the battle for third place, that seems very likely. However, Max is still 49 points behind the championship leader Piastri, which means it would take something extraordinary for him to catch up in 2025. On the other hand, the overall situation for Red Bull is not looking great. The team is basically a one-driver outfit again, despite trying hard to build a competitive second car. Their strategy has also been questionable lately, adding to their troubles. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull sits 4th, a position they seem to have given up on, with little chance to challenge Ferrari or Mercedes. To make matters worse, Ferrari and Mercedes are expected to improve significantly with upcoming upgrades, while Red Bull's RB21 still struggles. This brings up another important point about Max's car and whether it's capable of challenging the fastest teams in the future. Time will tell, but with Mercedes and Aston Martin refusing to back down, the fight for supremacy is far from over. If things keep heading this way, we might see a big shakeup at Red Bull. The team will likely have to rebuild and rethink their approach to stay competitive. Max, on the other hand, will want a car that truly supports his goal of winning championships without being held back by strategy mistakes or a weak second driver. All of this brings us back to Max's actions during the Barcelona race. What do you think about how he handled things with Russell? Was it just a moment of frustration, or does it say something deeper about his mindset right now? More importantly, do you believe Max can bounce back and regain his form for the rest of the season? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters because this story is far from over, and the upcoming races will be crucial for both Max and Red Bull. Once you've shared your views, don't forget to check out the video popping up on your screen right now for more exciting updates and analysis. As the season moves forward, all eyes will be on Max Verstappen and how he handles the pressure. Red Bull's future depends not just on the car, but on how well their star driver can keep his cool and perform at the highest level. This incident in Barcelona has reminded everyone that even champions can make mistakes, sometimes costly ones. But Formula One is as much about bouncing back as it is about winning. Max has proven time and again that he can come back stronger after setbacks. Whether this moment becomes a turning point or just a bump in the road, only time will tell. One thing's for sure. The battles ahead will be intense, and every move on track will be watched closely. For Max, it's not just about speed. It's about control, strategy, and keeping the championship fight alive. Thanks for watching and being part of this discussion. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Until next time, keep enjoying the thrills of racing.